Okay, so you're interested in AI
Yeah.
and specifically how you can make it work for your business.
Right.
Well, you've picked the right time to dive in. We're on the cusp of a massive AI revolution,
It really feels that way.
and we've got some fascinating information to share with you
Get
today,
through.
pulled from the latest Cisco announcements and
Yeah,
reports.
some really interesting stuff.
We're talking personalized medicine based on your unique genetic makeup, supply chains that predict and adapt to global disruptions,
Oh,
and
that's the big one.
fraud detection systems that are always one step ahead.
That's right.
Okay.
McKinsey predicts generative AI or GenAI
Gen AI.
could add trillions with a
Trillions.
T
Yeah.
to the global economy every single year.
We're talking about a potential economic earthquake here.
It really is.
And naturally, you want a piece of that AI
Of
action.
course, who wouldn't?
I always a but.
There's a catch.
Getting your infrastructure AI ready can feel like climbing Mount Everest.
Right. I can see that. In fact, the Cisco AI Readiness Index reveals that only 14% of organizations are actually AI ready,
That's a pretty small number.
and a whopping 85% of AI projects either stall out completely
Yeah.
or face major disruptions.
So it's a real challenge, and that's why we're diving deep into Cisco's new AI-ready solutions, designed to make AI adoption smoother and more accessible. They're tackling this challenge head-on, focusing on the entire AI lifecycle from building and training powerful AI models to actually using them for practical applications.
Okay, let's unpack this. Let's say you're a company ready to dive into AI. Where do you even begin?
It all starts with training the heavy lifting of creating those sophisticated AI models. Imagine teaching a computer to recognize patterns, make predictions, and essentially think like a human expert. That's what AI training is all about, and for that, you need serious computational power.
So you need a supercomputer. You could say that. Cisco's new UCS C885A M8 server is specifically designed for this demanding task. Think of it as a Formula One race car for your AI. It's got all the horsepower you need to handle massive data sets and complex algorithms.
Okay, so what's under the hood that makes it so powerful?
It's packed with high-density NVIDIA H100 and H200 Tensor Core GPUs. These are specialized processors designed to accelerate the mathematical calculations at the heart of AI.
Okay, I'm already getting lost in the technical jargon. Break it down for us. What does all that really mean for someone who's not a computer scientist?
Essentially, these GPUs act like turbochargers,
Yeah.
enabling the server to process information at lightning speed. And speed is key when you're training AI models, which often involve crunching through mountains of data. We're talking about reducing training times from weeks or even months to a matter of days.
So this server can handle the massive data sets and complex algorithms that AI training requires.
Exactly. And Cisco has simplified the deployment and management of this server, which is huge for enterprises wanting to dive into AI without a massive IT overhaul. You don't need a PhD in computer science to get it up and running.
That's a relief. So we've got this powerful server crunching data to train our AI models. But what happens next? How do we manage the enormous amount of information they generate?
That's where the networking infrastructure comes in. Think of it as the circulatory system of your AI operation. You need a way to move vast amounts of data between servers quickly and efficiently. Cisco's answer to this challenge is the Nexus 9364E SG2 switch.
So it's like a high-speed rail system for data, keeping everything moving smoothly.
Exactly. This switch boasts 800G aggregation, which essentially means it can handle a massive amount of data traffic simultaneously. Think of it like having 8 lanes of traffic all moving at high speed.
That's impressive. But what about congestion? Don't all those data packets get backed up like cars on a freeway at rush hour?
That's a great question, and Cisco has thought of that too. The Nexus 9364E SG2 switch has advanced congestion management features. It's like having a super smart traffic management system that keeps data flowing smoothly, preventing bottlenecks and delays.
So by minimizing latency,
Hmm.
that lag time that can really slow things down, we're essentially accelerating the learning process for the AI, which is crucial when dealing with massive data sets.
Precisely. This switch ensures smooth data flow with minimal latency, maximizing training performance.
Okay, so we've covered the training aspect, the computational power needed to create those AI models, but what about actually putting those trained models to work? How do you deploy them in a way that's practical and, let's face it, not ridiculously complicated?
That's where the concept of inferencing comes in. Basically using those trained models to make decisions and generate predictions in real time. And Cisco has introduced something called AI PODs to simplify this whole process.
AI PODs, are those like little AI capsules ready to be deployed?
Think of it like this. You're building a custom robot. These AI PODs are like pre-assembled modules that contain all the hardware and software you need for AI inferencing. They're designed to provide a plug-and-play experience, making it easier to deploy AI infrastructure across data centers and even at the edge.
Edge, you mean like out in the field,
Yeah,
closer to where the action is.
exactly. Imagine a manufacturing plant using AI to monitor production lines in real time, or a retail store using AI to personalize customer experiences on the spot. That's the power of edge computing. And what's really cool is that these AI PODs come pre-sized and pre-validated, so you don't have to guess what kind of infrastructure you need for your specific use case. They eliminate a lot of the guesswork and complexity.
Okay, so these AI PODs simplify the deployment of AI at the edge. But how do they actually work? What's inside these magical boxes?
At the heart of each AI POD is NVIDIA accelerated computing, specifically designed for AI inferencing. It's like having a dedicated brain for your AI, capable of making rapid-fire decisions based on the models you've trained.
So with these AI PODs, I can deploy my AI models quickly and efficiently without needing a team of engineers to set everything up.
Precisely. And with these AI PODs, Cisco aims to provide predictability in terms of performance, scalability, cost, and outcomes. That means faster time to actually using those AI models for real-world applications.
So it's not just about the hardware, right? These AI PODs also include software to streamline AI development and deployment.
Absolutely. They include NVIDIA AI Enterprise, a cloud-native software platform that provides all the tools and frameworks developers need to build, deploy, and manage AI applications.
So it's a one-stop shop for AI inferencing. I can get the
Yes.
hardware, the software, and the support I need all in one
You
package.
got it. And the best part is all of this is managed through Cisco Intersight, which provides a centralized way to control and automate all these different components.
Hmm.
You can manage your entire AI infrastructure from a single pane of glass, whether it's in your data center or out at the edge.
That's a game changer for businesses that don't want to get bogged down in complex IT management. So we've talked about AI training with powerful servers, the high-speed network for data flow, and AOPODs for simplified inferencing. But how does all of this fit into the bigger picture of a company's overall data center operations? After all, AI is just one piece of the puzzle, right?
You're absolutely right. AI needs to integrate seamlessly with a company's existing IT infrastructure. And that's where Cisco Nexus Hyperfabric comes in.
This is where things get really interesting,
Yeah, it
right?
does.
So tell me more. What is Cisco Nexus Hyperfabric, and how does it help businesses modernize their data centers to support AI workloads?
Cisco Nexus Hyperfabric is a fabric-as-a-service solution designed to make data center management more cloud-like. It features a cloud-managed controller that simplifies the design, deployment, and management of the entire network fabric. Imagine having a virtual conductor orchestrating all the different parts of your data center, ensuring everything works together in perfect harmony.
It's all about simplifying the complexity of managing a modern data center, right? Especially with the growing demands of AI and other data-intensive applications.
Precisely. And Cisco Nexus Hyperfabric is built for speed and efficiency. Its hardware-accelerated performance with high bandwidth and low latency is a perfect match for demanding real-time AI applications. Plus, it provides real-time visibility into network performance, so you can proactively identify and resolve any issues that might pop up.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. Powerful servers for training, a robust network for data flow, AI PODs for simplified inferencing, and a cloud-managed data center solution to tie it all together.
It's clear that Cisco is really trying to address those barriers to AI adoption that we talked about earlier.
They're making it easier for organizations to not just dream about the potential of AI,
Yeah.
but to actually put it into practice. Now let's get into the specifics of when these exciting new products and solutions will be available.
I'm ready when you are. Let's start with the Cisco UCS C885A M8 server, that training workhorse we talked about. Good news. It's orderable now and expected to ship by the end of 2024.
So you can get your hands on that AI training power sooner rather than later. That's great news for organizations eager to jump into AI model development.
Hmm.
What about those AI PODs for inferencing? When can we expect those to be available?
They'll be orderable in November 2024. They're coming in hot on the heels of the C885A M8 server.
So by early next year, organizations can start deploying those pre-configured AI solutions. That's going to simplify things for a lot of companies. Now, what about the networking side of things? When will that Cisco Nexus 9364E SG2 switch be ready to handle all that AI data traffic?
That one's coming a bit later. It'll be orderable in January 2025, with availability starting in Q1 of 2025.
Okay, so early 2025 for the superhighway of AI data. And finally, what about that cloud-managed data center solution, the Cisco Nexus Hyperfabric? When can organizations start modernizing their data centers with that?
Cisco Nexus Hyperfabric itself will be available for purchase in January 2025, with over 30 certified partners ready to help with implementation, however. The Hyperfabric AI solution, which includes those pre-configured AI elements like Cisco UCS servers with NVIDIA acceleration and AI software, as well as optional vSST storage, won't be available until May 2025.
So there's a roadmap in place with different components becoming available at different times throughout 2025. It's good to have those specific dates so organizations can plan accordingly. This is a lot to take in. Can we quickly recap what we've learned about Cisco's AI-ready solutions?
Absolutely. It's clear that Cisco is aiming to provide a comprehensive suite of solutions that cover the entire AI lifecycle. They're giving organizations the tools to not just build and train AI models, but also deploy them effectively and manage the entire process in a simplified cloud-like way.
It's all about lowering those barriers to entry that we discussed earlier, making AI adoption less daunting and more accessible to a wider range of organizations.
Exactly. They're addressing the computational power needed for training the network capacity for data flow, the simplified deployment of inferencing solutions, and the overall modernization of data center operations for optimal AI performance. It's a pretty impressive lineup.
It definitely seems like Cisco's going all in on AI, and you know what that means.
What's that?
More opportunities for innovation, for problem solving, for breakthroughs across industries.
I completely agree. It's exciting to think about all the potential applications of AI that will become possible once these infrastructure hurdles are addressed. We've talked about personalized medicine, supply chain optimization, fraud detection, but those are just scratching the surface.
Right. Think about the possibilities in areas like climate modeling, drug discovery, personalized education, even creative fields like art and music.
AI has the potential to transform virtually every aspect of our lives.
And with Cisco's focus on making AI infrastructure more accessible, we might see those transformations happen sooner than we think. It's an exciting time to be following the developments in AI.
Absolutely. Now that we've talked about all of this, I'm curious, what innovative AI applications are you most excited to see develop in the near future?
That's a great question for me. I'm really fascinated by the potential of AI in healthcare. The idea of using AI to develop personalized treatments, to diagnose diseases earlier and more accurately, and even to predict and prevent health issues before they arise, is incredibly compelling.
That's a fantastic example, and I think it highlights how AI can be a powerful force for good in the world.
Now, I know we've covered a lot of information today, and it can be hard to keep track of everything, but don't worry.
We've compiled some additional resources for you to explore. You'll find links to detailed information about all the Cisco AI-ready solutions we discussed, as well as articles and insights on the broader trends in AI.
We encourage you to check out those resources and continue learning about this fascinating and rapidly evolving field.
And remember, the future of AI is not predetermined. It's being shaped right now by the choices we make and the actions we take. So get involved, ask questions, and be part of the conversation.
Because as we've seen today, the possibilities of AI are truly limitless.
Now, before we wrap up, I want to leave you with one final thought-provoking question. Now that the infrastructure hurdles are being addressed, what innovative AI applications will you develop to transform your industry or field?
Ooh, that's a good one. It really gets you thinking about the possibilities. It feels like we're just scratching the surface of what AI can do.
We are just at the beginning of this AI revolution, and it's exciting to think about how these advancements in infrastructure can empower people to create innovative solutions we haven't even thought of yet.
So what you're saying is anyone listening could be the one to develop the next big AI breakthrough.
Absolutely. That's the beauty of this technology. It's a tool that can be used to solve problems in any industry, from healthcare to finance to education and beyond.
That's incredibly inspiring. It feels like we're on the verge of something truly extraordinary.
We are, and Cisco is playing a key role in making this happen by providing the infrastructure and tools that organizations need to harness the power of AI.
So for anyone listening who's feeling inspired to dive into the world of AI, what advice would you give them?
First, I'd say don't be intimidated. AI might seem complex, but there are tons of resources available to help you get started. Second, focus on a problem you're passionate about solving that will keep you motivated as you learn and experiment. And third, don't be afraid to think big. The potential of AI is limitless, so let your imagination run wild.
That's fantastic advice, and I think it perfectly captures the spirit of this deep dive. It's about empowering you, the listener, to understand and embrace the transformative power of AI.
Exactly. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the technical details of Cisco's AI-ready solutions to the broader implications of this technology.
But ultimately, it's about what you do with this knowledge. It's about taking action and using AI to make a real difference in the world.
So go out there and start exploring, experiment with different AI tools and platforms, connect with other AI enthusiasts, and most importantly, never stop learning.
We hope this deep dive has given you the insights and inspiration you need to embark on your own AI journey. And remember, we're here to support you along the way.
So until next time, keep innovating, keep exploring, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI.
Thanks for joining us on this exciting journey, and as always, stay curious.